Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. That's how to wake everybody up, right? Thank you very much for being here. I'm very grateful to be here. And as it was mentioned to you, I represent the Small Business Administration Office of International Trade. There will be a workshop as part of your day's program, so I'll be giving some detailed information on the programs. But just quickly, the Office of International Trade is kind of a well-kept secret. A lot of people don't know that the SBA has that component. Usually you hear about 7A, you hear about 504, whatever all of that means. But the SBA, just like several other federal agencies, is dedicated to advancing exports. So the federal government really wants to encourage small to medium-sized companies to understand that there is a marketplace, and that marketplace across the oceans, if you will, and across country boundaries does not necessarily mean it's only for large corporations. So I brought a few statistics. So while you're reading, I'll bore you with these statistics, but I think you'll find them interesting. The SBA guaranteed 6,400 loans to small business exporters for over $3.3 billion and supported over $6.3 billion in exports. That's since 2009. And the reason why that's important is because when President Obama first came into office, he dedicated about 5 years from, say, 2009 for a doubling of exports from the U.S. as an initiative. So we're well on the way to meeting that goal. But it also represents, as I said earlier, you don't need a large corporation to be able to export. As a matter of fact, here in New York State, in 2012, a total of 28,426 companies exported products from New York State. 95% of those exporters had fewer than 500 employees. So these are small to medium-sized companies. A lot of times they're boutique companies, meaning they have a niche. They could be working in just a small outlet in various locations in New York State, not necessarily just in Brooklyn. I mean, certainly there are areas here in Brooklyn, but it's across the state and really across the country. So, as I said, there will be workshops for you. I have a colleague that you're going to be hearing from the Department of Commerce. The federal government has many, many resources free because it's supported by your tax dollars. So really, you should take advantage of them. And my office is in downtown Manhattan. The U.S. Export Assistance Center is one of over 100 across the United States. Usually there's 1, 2, sometimes 3 federal agencies, all co-located in these centers. In the office where I am, we have myself, obviously, representing the SBA Office of International Trade. We have the Department of Commerce represented, and we have Exim Bank represented. Those are 3 separate sister agencies, all doing separate things, but all working in concert and in conjunction to advance small to medium-sized exports. So I'd be happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to be here. The breakfast was great. So please do take advantage of the information. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toni. Oops. So, thank you. Oh, that's what he went to. Disappeared. We're next going to ask David Roman to come and join us. Mr. Roman is the Export Assistance Specialist of the United States Department of Commerce, International Trade Administration, and U.S. Commercial Services. And he's also part of the U.S. Export Assistance Center in Harlem. Mr. Roman.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm grateful to be here today, and I'm so honored to be here and have an opportunity to speak to all of you. My name is David Roman, and I'm an Export Assistance Specialist with the U.S. Department of Commerce, International Trade Administration. Our mission is to promote exports of U.S.-made products and services all over the world, and we work particularly with small and medium-sized businesses. Some of our programs include locating international buyers, market research, and we provide expert help at every stage of the export process, as well as we help you enter markets, new markets, or increase the markets more profitably. I'm just one of the many trade professionals in over 100 U.S. cities and 100 100 countries all over the world. Basically, our offices here, we have a few in the New York area. I work out of the Harlem office, which means we cover territories of Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, and Upper Manhattan. There's a New York City downtown office, which covers Staten Island and other industries. But basically, that's it. We have a workshop at 10 a.m., so if anyone's interested in learning how to export, I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.